problem with this move?
I think it's a typical Colt move. I mean, here's a team that needed a franchise quarterback. There were two out there. They have a chance at two. They don't take it. They end up coming back into the picture to get Trent Dilfer. They take an outside linebacker, not even a true outside linebacker. Somebody has to learn coverage in Trev Alberts. They have Coriat, they have Harad. They do have a hole that developed with the release of Dwayne Bickett. But to pass up a Trent Dilfer when all you have is Jim Harbaugh, give me a break. That's why the Colts are picking second every year in the draft, not battling for the Super Bowl like other clubs in the National Football League.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper? My neighbor has more credentials than Mel Kiper, and my neighbor's supposed.
What do you want to cover first, our players?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Just wanted to check in. Check. Just wanted to check in with everybody. There's a lot of shit talk going on right now. There's lots and lots of them. Eagles are feverishly, we talked about it this morning, Eagles are feverishly trying to trade Dallas Goedert. Steelers are doing their due diligence. The Steelers are waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Steelers are waiting on Aaron Rodgers to decide whether he's going to grace them with their presence. Steelers are in a pickle. They went out and got DK Metcalf, and right now they lack any quarterback. They're going to draft one. It's just whether it's going to be a 21 or not. I don't think it'll be a 21. I think they're going quarterback. They're going to try and make this thing stretch until the second round. I think they take one around 1 or 2. I think they need running back too. So, Steelers do not have a lot of draft picks. So, for the Steelers to trade up makes no sense. So, I don't believe that the Steelers are going to trade up. Looking at their draft capital, they are short on picks. So, I expect in no particular order, running back, a quarterback, running back. But Aaron Rodgers is not helping them out. If they had Aaron Rodgers in the fold, right, with, put in the comments, the other Steelers quarterback who's mid at best, to be determined how that's going to work out. I would expect Aaron Rodgers to come back and play. I really would. If I'm the Steelers, I try and get Will Howard in a second. Don't know if he'll last until then. If not, you're going to be going later in the draft with a Riley Leonard. But I got my mock coming up, 4.0 with trades. I kind of feel like they're going to take one with their first pick because the running back position is so deep. Pause. It's deep. We're talking Jets. I wanted to just, the Raiders pick is going to be very interesting. Assuming the Raiders go with running back, which I am not in that. Again, everybody's saying Genty. Latest talk is there could be 2 tight ends taken in the top 10. What are the odds of that? If Tyler Warren goes to the Jets at 7, which I don't know, we'll see, then Colston Loveland is rumored to be loved by Chicago at 10. So imagine that. Warren at 7, Loveland at 10. That is nuts. That's cray for me. That's crazy to think. But this is the first time in a long time. First time in a long time that I can remember. This kind of reminds me of the CeeDee Lamb draft. Mainly because of where Dallas Cowboys are drafting. Where Dallas Cowboys are drafting is in the teens. Now they're higher this time. Dallas is going to have a awesome group of players to choose from. So, but they are doing a wonderful job in disguising what they're looking at. Come on, go ahead, make the turn. There you go. Dallas is doing a great job disguising what they're going to do with the number 12 pick. You got to know that they have a favorite in mind, right? Is that why they said they'd be willing to trade down? Hear me out, everybody. Hear me out. Let's say that Loveland's and Warren go. Let's say Raiders go Will Johnson. Now you're looking at Genty falling to the 49ers. Is the 49ers going to let Ashton Genty slide to the Cowboys? I don't think so. I think they would try and trade out of there to only screw Dallas. Somebody asked me a question in the chat. Do you think Dallas has a chance at Ashton Genty? I just laid out that the Raiders need a cornerback bad. Raiders could use a lot of players. You know, if the Raiders take a Jahdae Barron or a Will Campbell or a Michael Williams or whoever, a Tet McMillan, then I could see them taking Tet, knowing that you got all these running back studs. Then does Chicago probably switches gears and takes Genty? It doesn't go Loveland. But see, that's what we're talking about. That's why I love the draft so much. I think all these teams are throwing smoke screens out. But when you hear the Jets love Tyler Warren, well, that means they don't necessarily have to have Membu at 7. Membu, everybody's got to remember, Membu has climbed up the ranks. Membu didn't start out this process. He climbed up the ranks off the field, which is always scary, you know, especially for an offensive lineman. I like Membu out of Missouri. I do. Right tackle, starts day one. But you have to be a little concerned about guys who rise through the draft process after the combine, you know, like because he had a great combine, you know. That's a little scary to me. So, but it could go where New Orleans goes quarterback, right? I mean, shit. If Genty makes it to the 49ers, teams are going to want to trade up ahead of Dallas to get him. They just are. So, again, there is a world where that happens. There is a world where Ashton Genty slides to 11. And we're going to let the Niners beat our ass again. Because that'll hurt. If he goes to the Niners and they release McCaffrey. I haven't looked at McCaffrey's cap number. Niners need offensive line. Look for Membu there. Or, you know, possibly, you know, like another offensive lineman. Niners need a guy like Jahdae Barron. Fits perfectly with the Niners. But if they're sitting there with, you know, they could easily trade with somebody. Put it down in the comments. Will the Niners screw the Cowboys again? Because I say yes. I say the Niners would relish the fact. I don't know that they would take Genty, but I think they would use this as an opportunity to screw Dallas. Let me know what you think about that. But Tyler Warren and Loveland goes in the top 10. Genty falls to 11. Just say, do the Niners take him? Or do the Niners trade down? And would the Niners... Well, we already have established that the Niners would trade with Dallas to They've already traded with Dallas, but I don't know that they would trade us a player. I don't know that the Niners would trade us a player like Ashton Genty. I don't think so. But man, the fact that Genty is that close, shoot, I'm down. Big time.
10 years ago, these markers weren't so purple, but now they're purple. Now they're really, really fucking purple. And it's alarming to me, and it's also enchanting to me to see the deep blue sea inside, this. Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage. It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.